Yesterday's conspiracy theories, tomorrow's headlines. Most are still asleep and I ain't talking about no bedtime. The truth is not a Google search, you need to get your head right. The Greek goddess of illusion was called Media, and I'm not a coincidence theorist, I look for thread lines. Smashing every deadline, no longer smashing red wine. Though I can hear the bells chime, it feels like the end times. That probably should have been smashed on red wine, but the carnal mind is foolish. Obey and end up ghoulish. Don't get used by instinct, take control and learn to use it. Make a load of earnest music, earn a few quid, learn a few tricks. Sure, the truth is persecuted, this whole world is pure abusive. Know a bit about everything and everything about nothing. Figured out my noggin while you picture out shopping. You sit about watching while I dish it out, stop it. I don't mean to sound cocky, I'm not even proud of it. It's a second itch to me, just to be this out honest. I don't even need to sound honest, never been about profit. Everything but out on it, you can bet your house on it. Doubt I'll be out for the count when the sounds, and I'm down for the beat, no beat down. I mean, how long's it been? Help me out. I've been the only one who's held me down. All in the mind, hell freeze now. Still sick with it, healthy how? Few bars down and the world freaked out. I don't reach out, I seek out to speak out. I'ma recount the reasons they beat out.
Hey y'all, how's it going? It is Monday, December 19th, 2022. I'm your host, Joseph Daniel Pena, and the 509 Divine Pines podcast being broadcasted to you today. Hey, it is cold over here, so I'm just going to go ahead and get straight through this. Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit of warm with my coffee, my cocoa. Yep. Feels good. Everything is all good over here. I did happen to lose my fantasy football match, but hey, I found something in real life that's making me way happy, and I'm all good with that. So, I'll get out of the fantasy life and live in real life this time. And next year, my whole life is going to be shining in a marvelous way. I can already feel it. Things been looking up this year. This has probably been my best year financially. Yeah, it's been interesting. I'm getting all my legal issues sorted out by next year. I'll probably be clear on my record. Look good. My money will be great. Everything's gonna be better and better. Honestly, I feel it. It's amazing what hard work and patience and grind will do. I'm doing a lot, and I have a lot more in store. I have a lot of aspirations and goals to help the community with different types of things, and just help out in life and be a better person, but also be able to build a legacy. That's what it's all about. Build something that will last a lifetime. Am I right? Yes. So, hey guys, we're just gonna go right ahead and get right into the news. So as you see on the screen, packaging is everything. That's why I got them flashy lights behind me. Hey, it's not the best, but I'm trying. From High Times, New Frontier data explores how packaging affects consumer purchasing habits. So, you know, how do we say this? Packaging can definitely turn on a lot of viewers into buying their products because it looks cool, looks fancy, has all the right words, good imaging. If a packaging has something very bad imaging and it's like the company's name is dog shit, you know, it's probably not going to be bought. See, look, the only reason I say that is because there was some cannabis strains floating around over the last 15 years. Two of them, one of them was named cat piss, the other one was named dog shit. And trust me, they were like actual strains. You can Google them, and I think they won awards in some years. But it's personally, man, I'm not trying to smoke no cat piss or dog shit, even if the weed is bomb. Now, that's just very translative over to marketing and the packaging. It's all part of the piece. That's what I'm learning. I'm learning how to market myself a little bit better. If anybody wants to join the marketing, hit me up. Honestly, I need a bit more people to be on my team, man. Oh, let me go ahead and drink this coffee before I start this. Cannabis retail marketing must be heavily researched to best catch the eye of the potential of customers, especially in markets where there's a lot of competition. New Frontier data provides a fascinating look behind the scenes at what brand packaging says about a product and how it is perceived by consumers. New Frontier data uses information collected and published in recently published Cannabis Consumers in America report, which identifies consumers based on their purchasing behavior and trends in the industry, categorized as savvy connoisseurs, contemporary lifestylers, legacy lifestylers, medical lifestylers, modern medicinals, engaged explorers, social nibblers, holistic healers, infrequent partakers. 51% of consumers choose products based on the desired effects such as sleep, energy, chill, or creativity. While potency is also a contributing factor, New Frontier Data's newest report explored the end result of popular brand packaging appearances and shared which ones people tend to prefer the most. For this product survey, participants were asked to seek out flower from particular brands or companies. 43% answered sometimes, 21% said always, 19% said rarely, and 17% said never. Overall, 28% out of that brand and packaging is very and extremely important when considering what to buy. 6 image varieties of flower packaging with percentage of consumers who most preferred these packaging schemes. Black minimalist jar, gold jar, craft paper jar, mountain landscape jar, hippie colorful jar, and prescription white jar. The black minimalist jar is considered as a common choice between a variety of age groups, but often chosen. But it was cool, modern, and masculine. Those who prefer this jar usually spend between 50 or 200 per transaction are more likely to consume cannabis every day. So, heavy smokers, top tier smokers. The gold jar was popular with consumers over 55, describing it as cool, natural, modern. Some described it as feminine, but it was slightly more preferred by men. Those who were drawn to this jar usually purchase between an eighth to 14 grams per month and tend to purchase $50 through $100 in a single purchase. This particular consumer is also more likely to consider topicals and transdermal products as their favorite. The craft paper jar featured a simple brown exterior with black text, which attracted customers who likely consume cannabis in a social setting because it is natural, authentic, cool. Those who are drawn to this packaging tend to buy $20 through $99 worth of product in a single purchase. This is very interesting to see these demographics and statistics relayed into the cannabis industry and understanding that there is maybe this correlation between what you like and what you might use and how the packaging is. It's interesting. It's interesting for sure. The mountain landscape jar attracted younger customers because it was cool, natural, authentic. There were also customers more likely to choose vaping as their primary way to consume. The hippie colorful jar was the most colorful of the bunch, which attracted medical cannabis consumers more than adult use consumers, describing the jar as cool, authentic, modern. 64% of these consumers usually spend between $20 and $99 on a single purchase and prefer edibles over other consumption methods. Finally, the prescription white jar was the most popular of all the designs, appealing to all age groups and consumer types for its medicinal, authentic, natural approach to design. Those who chose this trend to purchase more than 1 ounce of cannabis every month and favored flower over all product types. Interesting. So, white jar means an ounce. You like white jars? You smoke an ounce? Huh. I mean, white jar weed is usually pretty good. I usually smoke more than an ounce a month, so I guess it fits. Moving on. Let's go ahead and talk about some. Elon says he will step down as Twitter if CEO if voted out. So this was just within the last 72 hours. And as of Sunday evening, the winning vote was yes to step down, 58% to 42%. Elon says, as the saying goes, be careful what you wish for, as you might get it. You know, it is what it is. He went up there, bought it, caused a freaking pandemic. Not really. Well, maybe he did. Who knows? But he caused a storm through these Twitter files. Speaking of Twitter files, we got part 6. So while Elon goes and steadily walks out the back door comfortably, he's like, yep, I'm going to step down right now after dropping the hammer, dropping the pin. Part 6 of the Twitter files went on last weekend. I will get part 7 maybe tomorrow if it is out. Might be out. Who knows? But here's part 6 for sure. The Twitter files are more revealing every day about how the government collects, analyzes, and flags your social media content. Twitter's contact with the FBI was constant and pervasive, as if it were a subsidiary. Between January 2020 and November 2022, there were over 150 emails between the FBI and former Twitter Trust and Safety Chief Yoel Roth. Some are mundane, like San Francisco agent Elvis Chan wishing Roth a happy new year, along with a reminder to attend our quarterly call next week. Others are requests for information into Twitter users related to active investigations, but a surprisingly high number are requests by the FBI for Twitter to take action on election misinformation, even involving joke tweets from low follower accounts. Jesus, no wonder I'm shadow banned. I don't have a lot of, well, right now I don't. They butchered me 10 years ago, and it's been hard to get a high follower ever since. Anyways, 7. The FBI's social media focused task force known as FTIF, created in the wake of the 2016 election, swelled to 80 agents and corresponding agents with Twitter to identify alleged foreign influence and election tampering of all kinds. Number 8, federal intelligence and law enforcement reach into Twitter included the Department of Homeland Security, which partnered with security contractors and their tasks to pressure Twitter to moderate content. It is no secret that the government analyzes bulk data and for all sorts of purposes. Everything from tracking terror suspects to making economic forecasts. The Twitter files show something new. Agencies like the FBI and Department of Homeland Security regularly send social media content to Twitter through multiple entry points pre-flagged for moderation. What stands out is the sheer quantity of reports from the government. Some are aggregated from public hotlines. Do agencies like FBI and Department of Homeland Security do in-house flagging work for themselves or farm it out? You have to prove to me that you have to prove to me that inside the fucking government you can do any kind of massive data or AI search, says one former intelligence officer. Hello, Twitter contacts. The massive canine quality of the FBI's relationship to Twitter comes through in November 2022 email in which FBI San Francisco is notifying you it wants action on 4 accounts. Who lists the 4 accounts right here. Twitter personnel in that case went on to look for reasons to suspend all 4 accounts, including, the account name, whose tweets are almost all jokes, including his civic misinformation. Just to show the FBI can be hyper intrusive in both directions, they also asked Twitter to review a blue leaning account for a different joke, except here it was even more obvious that one of the accounts banned, who kids a lot, was kidding. Anyone who cannot discern obvious satire from reality has no place making decisions for others or working for the feds, replied the banned user. One of the 6 accounts mentioned in the previous 2 emails, all but 2, were suspended. In an internal email from November 5th, 2022, the FBI's National Election Command Post, which complies and sends on complaints, sent the San Francisco field office a long list of accounts that may warrant additional action. Agent Chan passed the list on to his Twitter folks. Twitter then replied with a list of actions taken. No mercy shown to actor Billy Baldwin. So, just depending on who you are, you can get yourself banned by the law. Well, I'm not sure anymore. Who knows? Maybe, maybe not. Many of the above accounts were satirical in nature, nearly all, with exceptions of Baldwin and Right Side Broadcasting Network, were relatively low engagement, and some were suspended, most with generic thanks Twitter letter. Most told of FBI flagging. Lexi Tola replied, my thoughts initially included seems like prima facie 1A violation. Number 2, holy cow, me, an account with the reach of an amoeba, got banned. Number 3, what are they looking at that makes me so interesting? Tiberius 444 says, I can't believe the FBI's policies on jokes. Next on, in a letter to former Deputy General Counsel and former top FBI lawyer Jim Baker on September 16, 2022, legal executive Stacia Cardale outlines results from her soon-to-be weekly meeting with Department of Homeland Security's Department of Justice, FBI, and the Office of Director of National Intelligence. The Twitter exec writes he explicitly asked if there were impediments to the sharing of classified information with industry. The answer, FBI was adamant, no impediments to sharing exist. This passage underscores the unique one big happy family vibe between Twitter and FBI. With what other firm would the FBI blithely agree to no impediments to classify information? At the bottom of the letter, she lists a series of escalations apparently raised at the meeting, which were already handled. About one, she writes, flagged a specific tweet on Illinois' use of modern to transmit elections results in possible violations to the civic integrity policy. Except they did not use that tech in limited circumstances. So a whole bunch of bullshit. Another internal letter from January 2021 shows Twitter executives processing an FBI list of possible violative content. Here, most tweets containing the same "get out of here" and "vote Wednesday" trope and had low engagement. This is what the FBI spends its time on. In March 2021, email from an FBI liaison thanks a senior Twitter executive for the chance to speak to you and the team, and then delivers a packet of products. Interesting. I wonder what they were delivering. Adrenochrome? Maybe. Who knows? Some technology? Who knows? The executive circulates the products, which are really Department of Homeland Security bulletins stressing the need for greater collaboration between law enforcement and private sector partners. The ubiquity of the 2016 Russian interference story as stated pretext for building out the censorship machine can't be overstated. It's analog to how 9/11 inspired the expansion of the security state. So, who anybody who knows anything about the Russian hoax, it's been known to be all made up. So like these FBI agents are just making up bullshit and then trying to highlight on it, make laws, which is also something like 9/11. We know it's an inside job, and they fucking then created a whole bunch of laws around it, like it was a real attack. The same thing with all this bullshit, Jan 6th, and then verbal uh verbal harassment from us because we speak too truthful. Yeah, and it's all BS from them just highlighting on fake false FFs. While the Department of Homeland Security and its products pass permissive social media for offering operational advantages to Russians, it also explains that domestic violence extreme threat requires addressing information gaps. FBI in one case sent over so many possible violative content reports, Twitter personnel congratulated each other in Slack for the monumental undertaking of reviewing them. There were multiple points of entry into Twitter for government flagged reports. This letter from Agent Chan to Roth references Teleporter, a platform through which Twitter could receive reports from the FBI. Reports also came from different agencies. Here, an employee recommends bouncing content based on evidence from Department of Homeland Security. State governments also flag content. Twitter, for instance, received reports via paid partner support portal outlet created by the Center for Internet Security, a partner organization for the Department of Homeland Security. Why was no action taken? Below, Twitter executives receiving an alert from California officials by the way of our partnership support portal. Debate whether to act on a Trump tweet. Here, a video was reported by Election Integrity Project at Stanford. Apparently, the strength of the information from the Center of Internet Security. If that's confusing, it's because of the CIS and is a Department of Homeland Security contractor, describes itself as partners with the Cyber and Internet Security Agency at the DHS. The EIP is one of a series of government-affiliated think tanks that mass review content. A list that also includes the Atlantic Council Digital Forensic Research Laboratory and the University of Washington Center for Informed Policy. No wonder it seems a little bit tougher for me in my state. These fucking assholes are in my state creating one of the nation's leading freaking moderating groups. The takeaway, what most people think of as a deep state, is really a tangled collaboration of state agencies, private contractors, and somewhat state-funded NGOs. The lines become so blurred as to be meaningless. Dun dun dun. That was part 6 of the Twitter files. Now, guys, that's a whole bunch of realization that it's not only the private tech industries, but no, it's like local agencies, bigger agencies, all in cahoots, manipulating, freaking banning their own sons and daughters and friends' sons and daughters, and it's causing a problem with society where after 4 to 5 years, maybe 7 years, there's about 2 million people on these ban lists and 3 million people on these ban lists. So wow, yeah, it's not gonna go well for those people who want to think like that. They're all gonna get exposed like this. It's fun. It is fun. You know what else is fun? New York Post posting just Saturday. Aliens Among Us. New York City UFO sightings see uptick in 2022. The National UFO Reporting Center reports that purported alien ship sightings in the Big Apple ticketed up to 4% this year. For the first time, New Yorkers submitted pics to the center to try to back up their cosmic claims. In 2022, the center received an account of 28 sightings from 27 in 2021. And in a dozen of new cases, photographs were submitted thanks to user-friendly revised websites. Hey, so this is a common thing over in Mexico and other cities, other counties, other cultures around the world. UFOs have been flying around everywhere, but I just wanted to bring this to your attention. This is cool. And this one, no idea. So this is from Yahoo News. Black hole detector could massively accelerate search for aliens. So if we know anything about the Oak Lab National Laboratory, somewhere in Illinois, maybe Illinois, I think it's, I don't know, somewhere in the middle of America, right? I should double check that. But they're looking for ways to open up portals to other dimensions so that they can speak to other entities. CERN over in Geneva, Switzerland is doing the same thing. All of these bigger laboratories and science experiments, yes, 75% of them right now. No, I'm just playing 75%. That's a big number. But let's just say a lot of these are being used to get out into other dimensions, contact other entities, see another world, which would also hypothetically help us see other life forms. So, a lot of scientists and science experts and technologies and companies are all pushing for alien interaction. Interesting. Since 2015, scientists have been able to detect and interpret gravitational waves thanks to the detectors on Earth, included in the Laser Interference Gravitational Wave Observatory. Researchers at several institutions believe that the LIGO Observatory could offer a powerful new way to look for alien life beyond the scope of current telescopes. In particular, the project could look for gravity waves emitted by the acceleration of huge spacecraft to a fraction of light speed. Gravitational waves are ripples in the fabric of space-time that travel at the speed of light and are produced by incredibly violent events like collisions between black holes or neutron stars. The LIGO project uses lasers to manipulate tiny changes in the length of a tunnel in in an attempt to measure gravitational waves. In a preprint paper published to the ArcZeeve server, the researchers wrote, "We show that LIGO is a powerful instrument to the search for extraterrestrial intelligence." SETI. LIGO's ability to detect gravitational waves from accelerating astrophysical sources such as binary black holes also provided the potential to detect extraterrestrial megatechnology such as rapid and/or massive accelerating spacecraft. The paper shows that the detector could pick up Ramacraft weighing the same as Jupiter if it accelerated up to 10% of the speed of light. To be detected, the craft would have to be within 326,000 light years of the Earth. The researchers write, existing SETI searches probe on the order of thousands of thousand stars for human scale technology, whereas LIGO can probe all the big 100 quadrillion stars in the Milky Way for Ramacraft. We expect that the current and upcoming gravitational wave detectors will soon become an excellent complement to the existing SETI effort. So they're all trying to collaborate, which is good. We don't want like hate, and we don't want people picking sides and not working together. The more that we can work together, the better life is. And look at this. This is an ancient, mysterious Ichthyosaur graveyard is a breeding ground in Nevada at the Berlin Ichthyosaur State Park. They just recently found out it was a breeding ground. So it's kind of like a reptile-like dinosaur. And you wonder how. I mean, they say this was about 230 million years ago. And when you look at this map right here, and also the speculation of how like older continents would have looked, Pangea. I'm not saying this is Pangea, but this is one of the hypothetical maps. So you see down here in the south, these are the four corners of the states, right? So this is Colorado, New Mexico, yada yada. Nevada's right here. You can see that there's a huge piece of land missing. So there's a big river flow, lake, an embed lake, embed river, inland river, inland big, inland lake. Sorry. And so that's where these ichthyosaurs would be. Um, the only reason I go ahead and even highlight this is because, hey, if anybody's interested in archaeology or going and searching for crazy, mysterious giant bones and old ass remnants of crazy old animals and humans and stuff, you just got to kind of understand the archaeology a little bit. It's not just so random. It's like, hey, you might find more of certain things in some areas, and it's pretty interesting. Look, I mean, it's just fascinating. Most of Texas was underwater. Interesting, huh? And you see, like, the Great Five Lakes weren't even there. I wonder what's up. I mean, these mountain ranges have been here for a long time. I'm guessing these are old mountain ranges here in Washington State. Blessings. Blessings. Hey, we're moving forward, guys. Let's go ahead. Hey, it's a video time. All right. We're gonna go ahead and run these videos for you. Let's go ahead and do this. Yo, Chad Smith. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Yo, good to see you too, dude. Appreciate you being here. Sorry I don't reply back so quick, but I do highlight your comments. So, hey, there we go. Now, we're going to go ahead and play this. All right, guys, let's go. Let's go ahead and look at this right here.
Records of what these ancient texts are telling us and maps together very nicely with the actual archaeological ruins that we find around the world. What gets even more interesting is when we get into the idea in that the post-Atlantean catastrophe world, meaning post 12,500 years ago, two pre-Adamite groups survived with vastly limited resources. One group in Europe and one in Asia, which becomes the
So we're just trying to
and the other group in Mesoamerica, which
get an understanding of ancient giants, ancient lands.
Albert Perry's Y chromosome predates this by hundreds of thousands of years. What are the implications? Is it possible there was an earlier human population that became extinct? An incredible artifact that has been a topic of great controversy among historians and scholars trying to get to the bottom of this mystery is a king's.
Wow, you know what? Let's do this right.
Found in the Sumerian cuneiforms.
The king lists go back 266,000 years. Now that's kind of interesting because modern scientists believe that the first humans like us came into existence less than 200,000 years ago. And they believe that the first civilizations where you would have kings in urban areas and social organization, they believe that all started 6,000 or 7,000 years ago. So to have these Sumerian king lists going back 266,000 years is really amazing.
The actual artifact itself is engraved in cuneiform text. And during that time and era, people didn't just carve these types of things into stone just for a hobby. It's real information, real data, and real history. Now, the actual artifact itself is located in the Ashmolean Museum, Oxford. What's so incredible about it is that the King's List gives the reign of kings in shars. Well, what is a shar? The Sumerians state that this shar is about 3,600 years. And for example, King Alalim actually ruled for 10 shars. So in human years, that would be 36,000 years.
36,000 years? Could it really be true that humans were on Earth so long ago? And not just humans, but advanced civilizations with hierarchies and kings.
It's not just the Sumerian kings list, it's also the Egyptian kings list of Manetho. Writes about the dynasties going back, maybe not as long, but at least 30,000 BC, gods like Thoth and others, deities that were called the 9 particular reigning deities of the Egyptian world. So if these deities have, again, lifetimes of thousands of years, then of course to a human, it's going to seem as though they are gods.
We look at these pre-Adamite records of what these ancient texts are telling us, it maps together very nicely with the actual archaeological ruins that we find around the world. What gets even more interesting is when we get into the idea in that the post-Atlantean catastrophe world, meaning post 12,500 years ago,
Since the end of the Great War, bloodlust and power raged within Zeus. His desire to rule over mortals was intolerable to us. The war between the Titans and the Olympians forged the landscape of the mortal world. It was a war that we knew the Titans must win. If we lost, it would mean an end to the golden age of the Titan rule. Peace and prosperity for mankind would be no more. The battle continued despite my capture. Then Zeus created a powerful weapon to end the Great War. A weapon forged from the heavens and the earth. The Blade of Olympus. I banish you to the darkest pits of Tartarus! I awoke in the torment of the underworld, banished to the darkest pits of Hades. I would have destroyed Zeus if you had not put me here, slave of the gods.
All right, guys. Hey, I'm headed out. Hope you guys enjoyed that. So you seen at the end, right? There were these different giants and titans that lived a long time in the ancient texts. They were referenced by multiple things, fallen angels, and well, we see mountains where they're nesting grounds. You know, they walked upon all of that, and I just showed you some dolphin, reptile, dinosaur bones out in Nevada. So I mean, our history is like a lot bigger and older than it's normally being told. And that was really the main point of all that. Um, I'm looking into Tartaria, but you know, it's kind of interesting to understand it from a Greek aspect. You know, they talked about Tartarus. It's interesting. Yeah. Uh, Everything in this world is a reoccurring theme. I'm sure that there's like these ancient empires that existed, and we're just barely specking off the dust of ancient past. Hey, you guys have a great day. God bless. Be blessed. Be high. Peace.
Meditating, analyzing everything I see, so I see new horizons. Took the acid, feeling blasted in my brain, so I've been sitting up inside it, thinking about the present and the future. I'm improving cause I am a trooper, never getting caught up in the loop. Got up out it cause I found the truth. Woke up to a beauty of the day, yeah, the sun is shining, so I'm finna stay. Sitting, soaking up all of the rays, till I feel it surging through my brain like some booger sugar. Did a lot of cane, experimented with it, couldn't name all the times I did it, feeling like a fade. Yeah, I'm really glad that I let it go, cause I gotta be prepped for the time when the plane ride is a new norm. So I know I'm gonna stay high, blaze on the ganja, feeling like I make my music go to another level while I take off. I can't ever stop this, fell in love with it, fit like a glove, so I'm never ever done with it. So now I'm about to rip another beat, ayy. One day I'll make $1 million in a week, yeah, shooting for the top spot. Feel like I'm a hot shot, like I really got a chance with it. I will not flop, somebody gonna make it dance when I pop off. Gonna have all the bitches taking all the tops off. I've been feeling like I'm really gonna kill it for the rest of my life, so I've been staying focused. In my soul, I've been feeling like $1 million, so I know that everything is really getting closer. Yeah, no posers, only been hanging with the ones I've chosen. Only all the people that are living in the right way, cause they spending every day growing. Yeah, no whole shit coming in my life and then leaving in a moment. That's the shit I'll never let into my life again, cause lately I've been feeling like I'm golden. Never showboat, I just showcase on my music that I made this far. Always knew that I could be the one that would get this far. Now I'm right here looking in my mirror, trying to figure out if there's any more fear, cause I'm getting rid of it all, yeah. Yeah, I'm getting rid of it all. Meditating, analyzing everything I see, so I see new horizons. Took the acid, feeling blasted in my brain, so I've been sitting up